Welcome back to Workbook Wednesdays. If you haven't been here before, this is where I draw a workbook and walk you through some basic techniques for doodles so that you can grow your doodle skills as well as your digital art skills in programs like Procreate. Today we're going to be drawing a bunny. So the first thing I did was create an 8 by 11 or 8.5 by 11 paper size canvas, and we're going to be using our sketch brushes. I like 6B under sketch, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. The very first step is going to be drawing a circle. So you are going to draw a circle with your brush, and you can hold it so that Procreate will round it out for you. Our next step is going to be drawing an oval, so you can do the same thing and hold it till it rounds out, and then you can adjust those points if needed. From here, we're going to be adding additional features to the bunny, so I realized that I might need some more room above where the head is to put the ears. So to fix this, you can click on the arrow tool at the top and move your entire layer down. Just make sure that everything is on one layer before you do that, and then you can just shift it accordingly. From here, we're going to draw our ears. For that, we're doing 2 ovals, a front oval and a slightly smaller back oval. The next step, I'm going to just do a tiny circle for a nose and then 2 circles for the feet. These are going to overlap slightly as well, and the one in the back is going to be just a little bit smaller. From here, I'm going to draw a circle or oval for the belly of my bunny. And then we've got enough on this step to move to the next one. The next step is adding arms and finalizing that detail for the face. So we're going to draw 2 ovals. The one in the back, again, is going to be slightly smaller and overlapped. And then we can draw in a bunny tail, and you can do this by just doing some little curved marks, kind of like drawing a cotton ball. Next, I'm just going to add in the eyes and the mouth and the inside of the bunny ear. We're only going to do the inside of the front ear because the other one is facing in the opposite direction, and we wouldn't see that. This inside of the ear is the same shape, it's just smaller, so it's kind of like an inset. I also added a little smile, which I never know if I want to leave that until the end. We're going to add another layer next and then switch over to one of our inking brushes. For this video, I'm using Monoline under Calligraphy. You can also lower the opacity of your sketch layer by opening your layers menu, tapping with 2 fingers and sliding to the left. Then make sure you're on your inking layer and you can go ahead and get started. I notice that when I do this, I always have to turn my canvas, and you can do this. You can zoom in by pinching or spreading your fingers apart, and you can turn the canvas using the same techniques. This helps me to get all of those different curves smooth, and it just makes everything so much easier in my opinion. But I am also someone who has to turn my paper when I write, so keep that in mind if that's something that would be helpful to you. The reason that I don't press and hold for the inside of the bunny ear the same way I do for lines and circles is because I don't want it to be a perfect oval shape. There is kind of like a wider part, and so I like it better when I freehand that element. You can see here that it doesn't quite follow the shape of that ear when I do hold it down. I've also been having, an issue with my palm being recognized as 2 fingers for the undo motion. So if you see me just undo and redo a few times, bear with me. An important thing to realize when you are doing your inking, your outline, is there are plenty of overlapping lines that you are not going to be keeping in your inking layer. Where the ears overlap on the head, where the head and the neck overlap, those are all parts that you can edit out as you continue to work. Same thing with the arms. We're not adding that back curve. We're just going to have it look like the arms are coming out of the body. And you can always edit when you switch from your sketch layer to your inking layer if there's anything that you are not fully satisfied with. Another tip is I always like to set my eraser to the same brush that I'm using in a similar size, so that when I am erasing, it's not like switching to a totally different brush. I'm just using the same thing just to remove instead of add to my drawing. You can do this by tapping on the eraser and then selecting a brush. Now I'm getting ready to do the body here, and I realized that in the workbook I have the feet lining up with the base of the belly. So I'm going to erase this and then kind of redraw that element. But again, like I said, if there's anything that you draw in your sketch layer that you want to change when you are doing your outline, you can absolutely do so. There's no rules that say you can't erase and redo something as many times as you need until you're comfortable with that technique and you have it looking the way you want to. And that's the fun part about these workbooks, is that we're practicing together and there really isn't any pressure. However you like to do your drawings, there you go. And now I'm going to turn off my sketch layer. And if you're looking at this and saying, wow, this bunny's really cute, but he's looking a little skinny, you can go into that cursor at the top, select freeform, and then just widen up your design a little bit at the sides. Again, that's anything on one layer is going to have that command applied. So that's why we're doing our outline in a different layer than our sketch, so that we can turn off the other layer and kind of control what we're working with. Then I'm going to make my outline my reference layer and add another layer underneath of it. And we're going to color drop. We're making a pink bunny because when I was little, I had a stuffed animal that I called Pink Bunny, and Josh had a blue bunny named Blue Bunny. We were very creative kids. And then I'm doing a light pink instead of white for the torso, the ear, and the fluffy tail. And then I'm going to fill in the nose pink, fill in, giving a little bit of blush, and fill in the eye. And then the last step is going to be adding a layer for details on top of everything, and just doing that highlight technique I showed you in the last few videos. I like to put dots in the eye and then use a lighter color to just add some accent lines throughout my drawing. And once you're done this, your bunny is complete and you have successfully mastered another Workbook Wednesday. I really, really, really love to see when you all participate in these. So if you do draw along with me, go ahead and share in the Facebook group, Sam's Little Group, as I would love to see what you've come up with. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you again next week.